I'm sure a lot of you have heard the saying, take it with a grain of salt, meaning take things a little less seriously. But when it comes to salt and your health, maybe you need to take things a little more seriously. Every day, 9 out of 10 Americans eat too much salt. And it's not just table salt you have to worry about. 77% of the salt or sodium that we eat is in the food we order at restaurants or in the processed food we buy at the grocery store.
Sodium has become increasingly prevalent in our food supply and processed foods, and it's become increasingly difficult for people to stay within the recommended limits.
A little bit is a good thing. Your body does need sodium to function properly. It helps maintain the right balance of fluids in your body, helps transmit nerve impulses, and influences the contraction and relaxation of muscles. Your kidneys naturally balance the amount of sodium stored in your body for optimal health.
Some people's bodies are more sensitive to the effects of sodium. If a person is more sensitive to sodium, they will have fluid retention and high blood pressure. Too much sodium intake can lead to health problems like stroke, heart disease, congestive heart failure, and kidney disease.
So how much sodium does the average person need? Less than 2,300 milligrams a day, or about 1 teaspoon of salt. That's it. The average American gets about 3,400 milligrams a day, much more than the recommended amount.
Keep in mind that the number needs to be much lower for people who are sensitive to sodium, such as African Americans, people age 51 and older, and those with high blood pressure. The recommended limit for them is 1,500 milligrams a day.
Not using as much table salt and knowing just how little salt you really need is only half the battle. Next, you need to determine where your salt is really coming from. According to a survey from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, snack foods account for 36.9% of the total average intake of sodium. The second largest amount, 27.9%, comes from foods that contain meat, chicken, and fish, such as processed sandwich products and frozen entrees. The American Heart Association says as much as 75% of overall sodium consumed by Americans comes from processed foods such as soups, condiments, canned foods, prepared mixes, and tomato sauce.
The good news is there are plenty of simple things you can do to reduce your sodium intake. Taste usually won't tell you what foods are high in sodium, so you need to become a savvy shopper and read food labels.
Be sure to look at how much sodium is in every serving and calculate how much you would actually eat in total. Also, watch out for ingredients like MSG, baking soda, baking powder, and any other ingredients containing the word sodium, like disodium phosphate. A lot of food packaging contains sodium-related terms like no salt added or reduced sodium. Each term means something very different, so it's always important to check the nutrition label no matter what.
As a rule of thumb, opt for foods that are low sodium. Put down the salt shaker. Eat out less. Look for packaged foods that have less than 400 milligrams of sodium per serving. And finally, eat more whole, fresh foods, fresh fruits and vegetables, fresh, unprocessed meats that are naturally lower in sodium.
Prepare meals with more herbs than spices to flavor your food. Limit your use of sodium-laden condiments like soy sauce, salad dressing, ketchup, and mustard. And remove salt from recipes whenever possible. Your taste for salt is acquired, so you can learn to enjoy less. Decrease your use of salt gradually, and your taste buds will automatically adjust. After a few weeks, you probably won't even miss it, and some foods may even taste too salty. When it comes to salt, a little bit really does go a long way.